to Just Ask Freeman. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is President and CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated, serving the areas of Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. for over 45 years. And to our viewers at home, thank you for spending time with us. And today's very special episode is actually going to be a kickoff in a series that Freeman has come up with. And you're not going to want to miss one episode of this. It's going to be Shield Your Wealth, the smart way to beat inflation and grow your retirement. Again, you're tuning in for episode 1 of the series, and thank you so much for being with us. Freeman, how are you today?
I'm just fine, ready to kick off the series on this great financial literacy package. I'm excited about it. And I think what we'll start off with is the Orphaned employer-sponsored retirement accounts, the 401k.
Okay, that sounds good.
The 403b. When I say orphan, a lot of times we have employer-sponsored retirement accounts, and we have a tendency to maybe just leave them there and say, well, we'll get around to it someday. I'm not going to move that 401k. I'm not going to move that TSP. I'm just going to leave it there. Well, what happens? No oversight means no control.
Oh, that's true.
Exactly. When you leave these 401ks, similar accounts behind, no one is actively managing those accounts.
Great point.
Well, it's subject to what? Any type of market risk, outdated investments that may no longer be suiting your best interest. How about that? You say, well, I invested this way 25 years ago. Those same investments choices might not be suitable for you today. Okay.
Good point.
Something else too, higher fees.
Yes.
You know, when you have higher fees eating away at your hard-earned monies that you've accumulated. See, there's that accumulation phase.
Yes.
All right. In your late 20s, you just started your 401k, your TSP, and you contribute. You try to max out even your contributions. Well, the thing is, once you reach 55, 59 and a half or so, you start thinking about distributions, all right?
True.
How are my investments working? Okay. Is subject to market risk and fees. And these fees, with those orphan employer-sponsored retirement accounts, they don't go away, Cynthia. They might not be service, but still those fees are there that eat away some of the accumulation that you placed or you've contributed to that particular plan all those years.
Sure, it makes sense. And honestly, Freeman, aren't they like little termites, almost like eating away at a house? That's how I'm envisioning these hidden fees that can be nibbling away.
Exactly. Let me tell you something else has happened. I've seen over the years, it's wonderful I love this great opportunity that I've been participating in for 45 years. It is literally, I'm grateful because I made a difference in people's lives. I've had clients come and say, Freeman, I moved to another position or another job. I can't find my 401k that I had in the previous job. Well, I don't know how I did it, but some way or another, with a few phone calls with the client, we were successful in locating that orphaned 401k that wasn't managed, still subject to fees. The investment goals now have changed for that client. They're ready to retire now, as opposed when they started in their 20s, or late 20s, or 30s, or 40s, or 50s. Whole different ball game. They moved on to another position, another job. They didn't know where the 401k was. Well, been able to help them. You know how I did that? Just ask Freeman. Let me tell you.
Yes.
Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233-SAFE. Use your smartphone. It's a QR code right there. And schedule your complimentary consultation. And that's what you do.
Most definitely, because Freeman, aren't you finding that overall right now people are having more than one employer? And so it makes sense to me that we're talking about losing track of your accounts, because that is a real risk with so many people that are making job changes. I know a lot of our younger generation is doing this more, but still, I think gone are the days when people had just one employer for like 40 some years for the most part. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that because I have counseled some of my young clients who are very successful, six-figure income earners, and they have a tendency to go from one job to the next. And I shared with them. A few of them are my relatives. I told them, I said, look, fill up your 401k. You know, you're a recent graduate, just getting out of graduate school. I want you to fill that up to the max. Then, when you get ready to move, I say, now you're going to be promoted or you're going to move to another job in your journey, in your career. Do not leave your 401k in the previous job, and do not roll it over to the new job in their investment strategy. No. Why? Because you go from one restrictive the restrictions on distribution with that 401k or that TSP, and move those monies into another restrictive type of shield. That doesn't work. Roll those monies out and do not leave that 401k orphaned. And they were obedient and they did that. Here it is 10, 15, 20 years later, they're in their 40s and 50s. They had their first 401k rolled over to, they came to me, call me Uncle Free.
I love that.
Did. And they rolled over the employer-sponsored retirement account to their own IRA. And now we start doing the Roth conversion because they still have plenty of time up to age 73 because of the Secure Act, and they're in their 40s, okay? So the thing is, you don't want to leave that 401k or that TSP or 403b getting around to it someday. Unmanaged, the investment strategies have changed. Fees assessed, whether the market goes up, down, sideways, you still pay. You could lose a lot of purchasing power.
Yeah.
Okay. And those fees do not work for you. Now I'm going to show you my book. This is important. The top 10 IRA mistakes and how to avoid the tax traps. Now, I give this book to my clients or folks who become my clients. And most of these clients have $250K, $500,000, $1 million in investable assets. And these top 10 IRA mistakes, they read this book, they say, gee, I didn't know that. I'm grateful that you got me out of this fee-based type of program. You educated me about distribution of my 401k and how to avoid costly mistakes, how to navigate tax traps, provided a tax-efficient plan. Yes. Minimize those taxes. And how did you do it? Well, how can you do it? Just ask Freeman. QR code right there.
Absolutely.
Bring that smartphone right there. And then schedule your consultation. Call us at 833-414-7233, SAFE.
Freeman, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, that number to call, we know you want to just ask Freeman. The number is 833-414-723, 833-414, SAFE. We are kicking off our series this week about how to shield your wealth, and we can't wait to go back into this with you when we come back from this commercial break. If you're wondering how to schedule your consultation without calling in, perhaps you're rushing out the door, as Freeman mentioned, we've made it even simpler. Grab your smartphone, open up the camera app, click on the QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. That'll take you right to the landing page of Financial Sources Incorporated, and you can schedule your time with Freeman accordingly. Remember, questions about retirement planning, questions about how to shield your wealth, do one thing, just ask Freeman. We'll be right back momentarily.
I focus in on making sure that folks have emergency funds, credit card debt taken care of, no big ticket items to purchase on this journey. I ask them about their health. What role will they play? Do you have siblings? Do you have dependent children? I've had breakout workshops, especially for the young people, so they have financial literacy as they approach even for college. I used to do dinner seminars. I'd invite existing clients to bring people, think about their birthdays and so on. Just people want to know that you are concerned about their best interest, and that works well. It's very, very enjoyable type of work that you can do. And these folks prosper with just a little bit of adjustment to their retirement planning.
Welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Freeman Owen Jr. He is president and CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated, serving for 45 years the areas of Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. And you're tuning in to watch Shield Your Wealth. This is episode 1 in a series that we're going to have together with Freeman. So again, thank you for being with us today. Freeman, amazing when you think about it, the importance of shielding your wealth. And we're talking about so many topics within building our shield, if you will. Understanding the retirement landscape. Wow, it's a lot.
It's amazing how you got to navigate this thing. Let's look at vulnerability during crashes.
Yes.
Now, I don't subject any of my clients to market risk.
Okay.
I charge no fees. I'm compensated by the various companies that I represent. So my clients have all their funds to work with and grow. Now, high risk market downturns, what happens? Could drastically reduce the balance of your retirement dollars. Not on my watch. I have to laugh at that because that is not allowed. My agency and my agents do not charge fees. They're compensated like I am and have the client's monies not subject to market risk, not subject to fees that reduce their purchasing power and reduce their retirement investments, such as their IRAs. There is no fees there. And when it comes to crashes, let me share this story.
Okay.
Gentleman gets prepared, and I'm going to repeat this story in this series.
Okay.
Because 2008, 2009, this great downturn of the market. Now, I know this gentleman had saved and invested for 35 years and was ready to exit his place of employment and start. He didn't do the phase out. He wanted to just jump out, have enough money that would last longer than he. Didn't work out that well. As a matter of fact, losing 40% of his lifetime earnings, $2 million, lose $800 and some odd thousand plus fees that reduced his investments, all right, in this employer-sponsored retirement account. What that did, it precluded his chance to come out and have a very nice, peaceful, high quality of life. That changed.
Yes.
And what was strange about it, where he resided, he wanted to have 75 to 80% of his income he earned while gainfully employed.
Okay.
Far from that. The gentleman said, well, I have to get a part-time job. This relates back to that phase in.
Yes.
The downturn in the market made him get a part-time job to seek the 75 to 80% income of the income that he was earning while he was gainfully employed. Well, I said while he was gainfully employed.
Right.
Well, he still is gainfully employed. He was not able to retire in dignity the way he had planned 30 to 40 years earlier.
Wow.
Now, I'm a good compare. My clients They're in fixed products with guaranteed income, no market risk. During the downturn of the market back in 2008, 2009, the thousands of clients I have, they were sleeping well at night. And very grateful. They said, Freeman, thank you so much for moving our monies out of out of these 401ks and TSPs, subjecting their monies to market risk and hidden fees.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
that's
as
a
well.
big one.
We're going to talk about that too. But in this segment, we want to discuss the vulnerability of market crashes, that the effect that it have on your 401ks, your TSPs, your 403bs. The employer. Notice I emphasize the employer sponsored retirement accounts with restrictions on distributions. That's why you don't want to miss opportunities for tax advantage rollovers. Direct rollovers to your own individual IRA, you have more control.
Absolutely.
You even have control when you take a distribution on the amount of taxes that you want assessed on that distribution. You have control to convert your IRA to what? A Roth IRA. To what's the benefit? No RMDs.
Amazing.
Yeah, you have control on transfer of wealth to your children. Well, let's start with the spouse. Guaranteed income. You pass at 90. Spousal continuation with the same income. Look at the control you have as opposed to your employer-sponsored retirement account that is orphaned, just left there. Oh, well, I'll get around to it. I don't want to move it right now. Okay. Well, you'll be subject to fees, unpredictability of market turns, downturns, hidden fees, all types of things that could go wrong when you wish to have your monies left by itself. Your investment opportunities may have changed, and your vision, what you saw 10, 20, 30 years ago, has changed. Different environment. You know how to resolve that kind of problem, folks? Just ask Freeman. See that QR code on the left side of that screen? Schedule your complimentary consultation. And dial us at 833-414-7233 SAFE and have a complimentary consultation. Remove your assets from vulnerability through an uncertainty in the market. Don't miss opportunities for tax advantage rollovers, to have guaranteed lifetime income, to have tax efficient plans for you. Know how to coordinate your income producing assets with your Social Security and other income producing assets. How do you do that? Just ask Freeman. Let me tell you, if you have $250K, 500,000 or $1 million plus, just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233 SAFE and help you avoid costly mistakes when you have 401ks, TSPs, 403bs, and I clump them in what we call one big pot, employer sponsored retirement accounts. Take control.
You have to. Freeman, thank you. You have to take control. To the viewers at home, it's time for you to take control. And how do you do that? Well, you just ask Freeman. Call in today, 833-414-7233. That's 833-414-SAFE. We know you have a lot of questions about how to shield your wealth. Well, Freeman has the answers for you. Again, all you have to do is call in. Just ask Freeman. If you're rushing out the door, we totally understand that you're busy. Just grab your smartphone, click on that QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. That'll take you right to the landing page of Financial Sources Incorporated, and you can schedule your time with Freeman accordingly. Remember, this is your retirement. You want to shield your wealth. Thank you for being part of our series. We'll be right back momentarily after this very short commercial break.
The The work never seems to end until the day it finally does. After nearly a lifetime on the job, you should be rewarded for all the time you spent working. Whether that's crossing off items on your bucket list, learning a new passion, or rekindling the love of an old one. After all, life isn't over when you stop working. It's the start of an all-new chapter. The one where you're the writer and you get to choose how your story will go. A way to achieve that is by having a clear financial plan to sustain your golden years. The biggest fear most retirees have is if they'll have enough money to maintain the lifestyle they've always enjoyed. Having a plan to help protect you against the curveballs life often throws will help to maintain your lifestyle. Call today to get your free written financial plan so you may live every day to the fullest and enjoy the retirement of your dreams.
Welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Freeman Owen Jr., President and CEO of Financial Sources Incorporated, with serving Maryland, Virginia, and Washington, D.C. for over 45 years now. We're talking a little bit today about shielding your wealth, and this is a series that you're going to be enjoying week after week. This is the first part in the series, talking about a lot of things to help you understand the retirement landscape and how you can be protected. Freeman, so often people are really asking questions about inflation, the importance of outpacing your inflation. How can you make your money work harder when you need it to?
You know, one of the biggest challenges for people planning their retirement is inflation. Goods and services. Let's say they cost $100 today. 2 years from now, $120. Now, we've seen live, at least I have, the cost and goods of service, same goods and services, 5 years ago, cost 2 to 3 times more today. That is amazing. So we need the type of vehicles that will outpace inflation, alrighty, and enter the fixed indexed annuity, okay? So, I've asked the question, why you keep your money in the bank? Well, it's safe. I know that it's going to be there. FDIC insured. Yeah, but let's get 1% interest. Okay, 1%. The banks and the credit unions will provide credit cards, mortgages, automobiles. And let's look at the credit cards. Double digit, 15% to other people and give you 1%. Now, I'm going to use a little thing here. We're educated, but not privy to financial literacy. I think I shared a story where I needed a furnace, and I got 62 cents in interest from the credit union for unexpected expenses. I'm going to reiterate that something that could have been provided or given to us as elementary school students. We learn arithmetic. How about how money will double? How long does it take? Well, a simple number, 72 divided by divided by a percent of interest. Money is dumb. It provides the number of years our money will double. Well, 72 divided by 1% is 72 years. Now, that $100,000 today may be for purchases might increase to 6% or 7%. But right now, 72 divided by 1% means 100,000 will double, compound exactly in 72 years. Well, I'm going to bring it down a little further. Our credit unions and banks offer 1%, and let's say inflation is running at a rate of 3%, Cynthia.
Yes.
That means that 2% is not working for us, so our purchasing power has dropped down to 98%. That's not keeping up with inflation. Now, I said enter the fixed indexed annuity. Well, and you mentioned in one of our segments, tax deferral. Let's get 8% tax deferred, liquidity options, no risk, no market risk, protection of principal. Well, 72, I'll go slow, divided by 8 means that same 100,000 will double in 9 years, outpacing inflation. So you have more purchasing power. Folks, if you want a simplified way to help your assets outpace inflation, remove fees, have guarantees, what do? Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233-SAFE, because keeping your money in the bank is not enough. We know what the banks and credit unions are doing with your money. I just mentioned to you 15% plus on credit cards. Look at the disparity on what was shared with you. Like I said, yes, you can get a CD at 4%. Yeah, okay. But you didn't use on $100,000, you didn't use the $4,000, and you got a net of what? $3,200. Big difference in tax deferral, and enter the fixed index annuity, Cynthia, yielding 7 to 8% annually, tax deferred, outpacing inflation, protecting the principal, providing guaranteed income for life, because the impact of inflation is ugly.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
No other way to say that.
It is price of groceries. The eggs, your beef, etc., several years ago is 2 or 3 times more than it was then today. So what about in a few years?
Yeah.
Well, folks, we get ready to take a break here, but believe me, if you wish to outpace inflation, just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. Cynthia, this discussion has to go on. So
for weeks.
Yes, and we got the series going. And so I'm excited to present some of the solutions that is needed with this financial literacy series that we got going here coming in the upcoming weeks. So again, just ask Freeman.
Yes.
And we're serving Maryland, Virginia, and D.C., Washington, D.C. area for over 45 years. Give us a call or take the smartphone and hit that QR code and schedule a complimentary consultation. Again, thank you. Just ask Freeman.
To our folks at home, just ask Freeman. We'll see you next week for part 2 of our series.